Hello, everyone that tunes in and catches this. Might be nobody. No live viewers. Not surprising. Until my chance. If you're watching this, say hello. I'll catch comments as they come in, if they come in. One live viewer. Just making a room set for somebody in New Jersey. Hope everyone's doing well. This is what I've got working on already, or what I've started already. I've done Fehu. I've done the first et, right? So Fehu, Urus, Durisas. I don't know. They're looking reversed in my camera, so if they're showing reversed in yours, then that's because I'm looking at front-facing camera. So hello there, Life of Cody, Life of Foo. I don't know. The comments are way down small on there because my phone's a little. But hail to you. Said hi. Hi, hello. How are you doing? All right, I guess. Working on this rune set. Listening to some tunes. Different music going through here. Say meow, please. Meow. Meow, meow. You're pretty cool, too. I don't know. So I just figured I'd live stream a little bit and see how it goes. Randomly. Working on the rune Hagalas right now. I'll show you them as I go. But yeah, there's Raido. So again, sorry if they're showing reversed in your view because I can't control that. See, that actually shows right, but if I hold it that way, it shows the opposite. Gabo also, you can mirror that one pretty easily. And there's Wunyo. But again, when I show it to the camera, it looks like they're backwards. Really good at that. Well, thank you. I've been doing these I've been making rune sets on, for, I don't know, well, probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now. Something like that. And this set is going to an old friend of mine. I say friend, acquaintance. I knew this person when I was a child back in New York. Probably 30 plus years ago. And they were asking about runes, and they're not heathen or pagan. Matter of fact, they're quite Christian. But they wanted to learn more about this stuff, so I gave them some points of reference and said, hey, I can make you a rune set. And they said, yes, please. So this will be their set. That goes to New York. There's Hagalaz. Not New York, New Jersey. They were, when I knew them, they were living in New York, and now they live in New Jersey. Oh, and these are made of birch, by the way. These are birch pieces. So. Hope you're all having a good day. Whatever it is that you're doing. I've got some spaghetti sauce cooking in the crock pot. Spaghetti for dinner. And that's been going since, 11 or so this morning, I think. So it's just slow cooking in the crock pot. And working on rune sets. So rune sets and spaghetti. The unlikeliest of pairs. You just never know, right? But thanks for stopping by and, just watching me work here. I won't be talking too much. This is the start of Nauthies. Adding some of the border design around each one. It's kind of like I can't be the only one that does it in this style, but it's kind of I hate even to say like signature look or whatever, because it's just, a border designed of just several, lines or dots, going around, but it's a look that I like, and I don't think I'm probably the only one, but usually when I see somebody with runes like this, I think, oh wow, I've been doing that line work around the perimeter of a set of runes, or dot work around the perimeter of a set of runes for a little while now, and maybe they got inspired by it, maybe not, maybe they saw somebody else, who knows, it's hard to say. But yeah, basically like that. And I don't stain the runes. I don't blood the runes for clients. They are raw, pure pieces of birch with just the runes. What's new? Hello, hail and howdy. Again, I'm sorry I can't really see who all is commenting down there below, so if you want me to shout your name out or something, just try to put it in the comments, but my phone's like down there and it's super small and I'm focusing on this, but I am seeing a bunch of people chiming in and saying hi. Please bark, 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 hey, bark, 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 Holmes. Kind of a weird request. Ugh. What's new? I just turned 40 this week. This rune set is new. I got a new crock pot of spaghetti sauce cooking, so there's a few things that are new going on. What's new with you? You guys ready for winter? Depending on where you are in Midgard, I know I am. It's been so unseasonably warm. Halfway through November almost, and it's not gotten out of the 60s during the day. I think the other morning I woke up and it was in the 40s, but I'm used to it being in the 40s during the day, and back where I'm from at least. But I've been living in Tennessee for 20 years, so I guess I should have gotten used to it by now. But even still, every year when it's November, December, and it's not freezing cold, I'm like, something wrong here. Just got a sword tattoo on my forearm today. Nice. I got a tattoo on my leg on Sunday. That was this week's podcast. If you guys don't know, I do a podcast on Spotify, and you can find it in video format on my Patreon page. You can just go to the description of this video and find my Linktree link, and then go to my Patreon. But my videos, all my podcast videos will go to my Patreon. I share little clips and segments sometimes here on this channel, but the full videos are up there. And this week's podcast was when I went down to Hazel Green, Alabama, to get a tattoo done by another heathen. His name is Greg, and he has a tattoo studio down there in Hazel Green, Alabama, just outside of Huntsville. And so you'll get to see, if you go to my Patreon, watch that. You'll get to see. Plus, if you go to I think I posted a picture of it here on the channel. If you go to my community page. But if you go to my Facebook and Instagram, you'll see a picture of what I got. It's a custom piece. And then after he did it, we rambled on for about almost an hour. Just filmed the podcast there in his studio on Sunday. So that was my first tattoo in probably close to 10 years. So it was great to be under the needle again and feel that familiar heat, that familiar burn. I missed it. But yeah, the name of the tattoo studio is Free Spirit Tattoos, and it's in Hazel Green, Alabama. And I drove an hour and 40 minutes to do this, and I have no regrets. I would absolutely drive almost 2 hours again to get Greg to do some work on me. He's a heathen, so a lot of the heathen inspired art and heathen style, Nordic, symbolisms and the knot work and the dragons and this and that, right? All those types of things. That's something that really speaks to his spirit as well as being a heathen. So he has a passion in doing those types of pieces. And as we were talking about, you could go to any tattoo artist that is talented, that has good artistic skills, and get a really good piece done. But when it comes to stuff that means something to heathens, you get somebody who has a vested interest in the symbology and the practice of it all, and you get some of that spirit added to the artwork. It's like kind of like with these runes. You could go on Etsy or Amazon and buy a set of rune stones that have been mass produced, and you'll get a set of runes. Or you could commission a heathen. Doesn't have to be me, but somebody like me or whatever, and you could commission a heathen who puts their spirit into this, and believes in these things, and finds this type of work to be enriching and rewarding, and support them in the process, and get yourself a handcrafted set of runes. So I always say, if you're going to get something of a heathen nature or Nordic style, as much as you can support those artisans, those craftspeople, rather than just going to some mass-produced assembly line thing, try to do that if you can. little burr right there. I'm trying to get off because it's kind of sharp. On to the next one. And thanks again for stopping by. It's the middle of a work day for a lot of people, and so I don't expect a whole lot of viewers to pop in for this, especially since there's really nothing going on for them to watch except for me working on this rune set and talking on and off a little bit. But thank you for at least stopping by and giving the platform, giving something to the algorithm. But yep, my podcast is on Patreon, guys. It's a $1 membership to watch all the full episodes in full. So that gets you access to my videos on Patreon, the podcast. It gets you a shout out on screen, so you get added to like my end screen credits. Your name is on screen to thank you for your support. And yeah, I do offer other tiers. If you pledge more, you get more, kind of thing. But the $1 is just enough to make it worth my while to put video content out. Still, YouTube here doesn't clearly get enough interaction, and they're always changing their rules and all that, and I just say, you know what, I ain't got time to be messing with all this algorithm changes, and I want to do this just for the fun of it, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. People that see it will see it. People that don't want to see it or won't see it, I guess they won't. But it is what it is. Moving right along here, we're just a couple away from finishing the Heimdall's as it's called in the way of reckoning their sets or their ets. You got Freya's et, which is the first 8 runes, Fehu through Unyo, and you have Heimdall's et, which is from Hagalaz to Sowerlu. And then you have Tyr's et, which are the final set of 8 from Tuaz to Othala. There's Perthro. So we got 2 more in this set, which are Algis and Soverlu. There's Algis. There we go. That's better. Yeah. så vill du. How appropriate for this song to be on while I'm making runes. If y'all can hear it. If anybody's watching and you can hear that in the background, you recognize that horn? It's an intro. Harigasti Taiwas. This is that high long song where they chant the names of the elder Futhark runes. They are an amazing act to behold and witness in the live arenas or venues of Midgard. Listening to them is one thing, but experiencing them live is a totally other thing. I'm glad I got a chance to do that once at least. Maybe more someday when they get back to touring again. I mean, I know they're currently wrapping up a tour, but after they finish this, they'll be on a hiatus for a bit. Well-deserved one, by the way. This is like a playlist that I have, but everything's randomly playing. But it never fails. Every time I'm listening to something and I'm making a rune set, this song always finds its way into my ears while I'm playing, and it comes into my mind and it goes through into my work, and I think it's appropriate, you know, because I'm making these rune sets for people and listening to the rune poem being recited. That's Sowilu, by the way. I say rune poem, but just the names of the rune. This isn't really a poem per se. It's just like a chant or a galder. Can't wait to see them again. Yeah, absolutely. Saw them back in April. Yeah, that's, let's see, I saw them in October of last year at, it was in Huntsville, Alabama. My wife and I went. Yeah. Sasan susraido que nascido unyo haga nauti sisayera evas pedro algisovilu tivas bergana evas manas lagos inas dagas otala Feu urus turis asan susraido que nascido unyo haga nauti sisayera Petro algis sovilu tivas verkane evas manas lagos ingvas dagas otala turisas ansus raido kenas gebo unyo haga naudis isayera ahvas Petro algis sovilu tivas verkane Evas manas lagos ingvas dagas otala Feus turisas ansus raido kenas gevo unio haga nautis issa jela jahvas vetro algi sovio tivas perkana evas manas lagos ingvas dagat otala. Fe urus turissas ansus raido kenas gevo unio haga nautis issa jela jahvas algi sovio tivas perkana evas manas lagos ingvas dagas otala. Now, I realized that I need to trace the rest of them. I somehow stopped at Tiwaz and then just started burning, but I always trace the rune on first. That way I've got a baseline to work off of. So I'm gonna just, because what does it say? You know, do you know how to paint them? Do you know how to carve them? So pencil, brush. This is a sort of form of painting. Burning, pyrography is a sort of carving because you're putting it permanently into the subject matter, you know, into the wood, into the whatever. But you got to know how to paint them before you can know how to carve them. So there's a little bit of the method to my madness. Nice, thank you. Can't stay, just wanted to say hey. Yeah, that's okay. I know I'm in the middle of the day and having a hard time seeing who's commenting, but I want to say thank you for commenting as I work on this Elder Futhark Rune set. And yeah, appreciate you stopping by. And we got 7 more to do of the burning, and then this set will be done, and it can go off to New Jersey next tomorrow. I'll do it right here, and then I'll have another set to make after this one is done. That is going to Alabama. Yep. A lot of rune work this week. And love it. I love providing this service to the community, amongst other things. And I appreciate you and folks out here that entrust me well enough to provide you with these sacred items. Dalgas. And Orthala. And I know you're probably wondering, what? Isn't it Othala? Isn't that what everybody says is Othala? You're right, that is what everybody says. But if you are wanting to say the names of the runes correctly in their Proto-Germanic, where the emphasis of the word is usually placed on the front syllable, then all of the names of the runes would have their stresses added to the front of the word. So instead of Othala, right, where the emphasis is in the middle of the word, the stress is in the middle of the word, no, it would be Orthala. So just like it says in the Tavamar, right, you know how to paint them, you know how to carve them, do you know how to sing them? And if you don't know how to sing them, maybe you're not getting out of them what you need to because you're saying it wrong. Maybe. But what do I know? That's just my my own interpretation. Okay, now on to Berkana. There's definitely a live recording of that, clearly. Love it. On we go. It was. Yeah, this is kind of like my therapy in a way. I get to work with my hands and craft, and it kind of eases my mind and in ways that, other things that I do don't, right? Like I go outdoors and I'm in nature and burn incense resin and have fires and things, and all that's therapy in a sort of way for me too. It's therapeutic, it's healing. And this is another type of my medicine that is, different than the rest of the medicine I consume. So I love it. And I get to do for people that, want something done that's meaningful to them. So I get to be a part of that experience, that journey in a way. On to Monas. You ever do something like that you're like super proud of? Like, oh, that just like I don't know, like that mana is to me like that's perfect. Like I like the way that turned out. And you should be proud of your work. Know when your work's not up to speed. If you do things of craft and you need to practice or you need to get better, like don't be delusional. But I think it's all right. I think it's healthy to be humble, but also to you know know when your work is good, and it really it inspires you to strive for greatness every time. So I think in a way some healthy hyping yourself up in a way is healthy to keep your spirit strong and keep it geared toward doing your absolute very best. One of the things I like about doing these is that they are imperfect in their appearance. Like no rune set that I make looks exactly alike. There's plenty of similarities in the style and whatnot, but my Sowalu is never going to look the same every single time. My Fehu is not going to look exactly the same every single time. If you put all of my rune sets together from all of the dozens of people that I've made them for, it's definitely not going to look the same every single time. So in those imperfections, there is perfection. It's like the universe, It's there's so much going on out there that is imperfect, but because of that, it is perfect. So. Oh, some Skolormore. I know that guy. Meaning this guy. If you listen to my podcast or watch it, the outro and music is him. I saw him live for the first time earlier this year, and I got to have a short little moment on stage with him, along with some other dear friends and brothers of mine. So that was cool. Lagos. And now to Ing. We got 3 more left, guys. Guys and gals. 3 more left. And then this rune set will be done. Well, you guys have watched me work on and complete almost the full set. I started this live stream finishing up Wunyo. So you saw me work all the way through Hemdal's Et, and working through now Tears Et. We've only got 2 more runes after this one. And then we'll be done with this one set. That happens too. Little pieces of bark and stuff that come off. Ing. Or Ingbaz. Alright, 2 to go. 2 to go. Dagas and Othala. Here we go. Slowly but surely. That's the thing too, you don't rush. Don't rush through things. Especially crafting. Take your time. Enjoy the process. There are times where I get down to doing some of these rune sets, and sometimes I'm just have like an off day or whatever, and I get through an et, and then I'm like, I'm done. I need to step away and take a break. And then there's other days like, today, where I'm just like, I sit down and I'm in the zone or firing on all cylinders or whatever the case may be, and I just sit down and get it done in a couple hours, sometimes I break it up. You know, it might be, 2-3 hours of crafting total that I break up over a day, or sometimes 2 evenings, or whatever else I might have going on. Dagas. And the last one is Othala. Hand gets a little stiff. Even though this is not heavy or uncomfortable, it's like holding things still and being in a position for a certain period of time. It does, like, I don't know, because I guess I don't do it all the time. It's like using muscles or holding things in a certain position, your body's not conditioned to it. And I gotta, like, stretch. That's why I give props to folks like tattoo artists, because they're holding a tattoo gun that's heavier, and they're, moving it around, and they're doing stuff. It's gotta be, something that you have to get conditioned for, so I would think. Then again, I'm also like resting on a table here to keep my hand steady, so that could be another reason why I need to like stretch my hand out a bit from time to time. Alright, here we go, Othala. Okay. Piece right there. I need to. There we go. All right. Well, if you stuck around and you watched me do this, thanks so much. This is just a random thing. I finished the whole Elder Futhark set mostly in the time that it took me to live stream, and we've been live streaming now for, I don't know, looks like over an hour. That doesn't even make sense, but it is. It's what's happened. So I appreciate you all here, watching, being a part of it. Subscribe to the channel. Come over to my Patreon, linking out in the description for my link tree and everywhere that you can find me. Show your support in any way that you can. Thanks so much. See you around. May the gods continue to notice you. May your ancestors smile upon you.